What's going on, y'all? It's the kid J Nolan here, and we got to talk about Spotify, man. Now, about a week ago, weeks have changed, almost 2 weeks ago, I was telling you guys about the new streaming threshold. Hold on. The new streaming threshold that you're going to get on Spotify when you release your music, okay? Now, at that time, industry insiders were claiming that this was going to be like 200 plays, 500 plays, and you would get zero royalties, right? Now they finally came out and said if you have less than 1,000 spins, less than 1,000 plays on any given song, you're gonna receive $0, 0 cents, no royalties, right? And that's on a year by year basis. So if you go and you get 999 spins or plays on your song, $0 at the end of the year. And there's no carryover. So if you get that one play on January 1st, nope, still don't get the money. You're going to have to get another 1,000, basically get to 2,000 plays before the end of the following year in order to start getting any royalties. Now, a thousand plays on Spotify is worth roughly about $3. So it's not like you're missing out on a bunch of money. However, what Spotify is banking on is all of the small independent artists that are out there that are getting less than 1,000 plays on the platform. You take those less than 1,000 plays, you add that up and multiply that by all of the artists that aren't getting it. And now you create a whole new pool of money that you can pay out to the other artists on the platform that are getting more than those 1,000 plays, right? So now that new pool is worth about 40 to 80 million dollars of new royalties that's going to go to everybody else. So you're going to be watching everybody else get paid while you get nothing, while you're still driving traffic to the Spotify platform. This is why it's so insidious, if you ask me. All right. So I'm about to pull up Music Business Worldwide because they go into even more detail, and I want y'all to see this for real, from industry insiders that really know what's going on. I don't want you to feel like this is an opinion piece. So let's go. All right, I'm going to share my screen over here. Just give me 1 second. Boom. So confirm next year, tracks on Spotify will have to be played 1,000 times before they start earning money. Okay? Last month, Music Business Worldwide broke the news that major changes were coming to Spotify's royalty model in Q1 2024. The most controversial of those changes, a new minimum annual threshold for streams before any track starts generating royalties on the service. At the time of our report, we couldn't confirm a precise number. Now we can. It's 1,000 plays. The news was first noted by a guest post from the president of the distribution platform STEM, published on Thursday, November 2nd. MBW has subsequently confirmed with sources close to conversations between Spotify and music rights holders that 1,000 streams will indeed be the minimum yearly play count volume that each track on the surface has to hit in order to start generating royalties from Q1 2024. We've also reconfirmed Spotify's behind the scenes line on this to record labels and distributors right now that the move is designed to demonetize a population of tracks that today on average earn less than 5 cents per month. 5 cents in recorded music royalties on Spotify in the US today can be generated by around 200 plays. All right, I'm going to keep going here. They say, as we reported last month, Spotify believes that this move will demonetize a portion of tracks that previously absorbed 0.5% of the service stream share, aka pro-rata based royalty pool. Spotify has told industry insiders that it expects the new 1,000 play minimum annual threshold will reallocate tens of millions of dollars per year, right? Like I just said, in 2024, Spotify expects this will move $40 million that would have previously paid the tracks with fewer than 1,000 streams to those with more than 1,000 streams. So now your homeboy that might got 1,000 streams on his song gonna get paid from the money that you would have got paid. You know what I'm saying? So now this kind of puts artists against each other. We're now going up against our peers. We were already competing for eyeballs and attention, but now just to get a little scrap, just to get a chicken sandwich at McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? A chicken biscuit, we got to fight tooth and nail just to get that, man. This shit is ridiculous. Let's keep going. One source close to the conversations between Spotify and music rights holders told us this targets those royalty payouts whose value is being destroyed by being turned into fractional payments, pennies or nickels. Often these micro payments aren't even reaching human beings. Aggregators frequently require a minimum level of paid out royalties before they allow indie artists to withdraw the money. So now they're using fake metrics, okay? These are fake metrics. So when they tell you that these platforms want you to have dollars in the bank before they pay out, that's because it's accumulative. They may say you got to have at least $20 before you reach a payout. That doesn't mean that they're not calculating the change that comes in. Spotify is just telling you whatever change you got, we're not giving it to you. You have to make at least $3 before we pay it out to you. Therefore, it's going to add up on your distribution platform so that they can in turn pay you. They're acting like they're doing a service to somebody. They're really not. And they fucking hate independent artists that don't have traction. That's all this is. Okay? So, rather than just talk about doom and gloom, because I already did a full episode talking about this, I want to give you guys some ideas on how to actually monetize your music, how to reprogram, rewire your thought process when it comes to releasing music and being an artist, because clearly the streaming model is not working for the majority of us, right? So, number one, we've got Tez Bryant, former manager of Lil Wayne. I think he co-manages Lotto now. He's got an interview out where he talks about artists reprogramming their minds to stop looking at yourself and competing with the mainstream artists and start embracing the fractional fans that you have. The low count of fans that you have today, if you treat them right, it will add up over time and you can eventually become a millionaire off of a small audience. So I'm going to go ahead and play what Tez had to say. Just give me a moment here. Tez Bryant, cool. So let's get to it.
A lot of people fall into the facade. They fall into, I want to be Future, I want to be Drake or stuff like that, and don't understand that they don't have to look at them and what they got in order to literally sustain themselves, but understand how to grow to that. If you have 5,000 people spend $200 with you over the course of a year, that could be $50 every 3 months, whether it's a concert ticket, a piece of merchandise, whatever it is you selling. Spend $200 with you in a year, that's $1 million a year. Being successful in the music business is attainable if you manage your goals. Let me pay attention to my audience. Let me use an app like Laylo or Community where I'm gathering text messages and things like that. If I could build a database of 5,000 people, now I'm paying attention to people that listen to my music instead of spreading it out wide, right? Really singling in on the people, like gradually grassroots grabbing fans, and if you super serve them, make it personal, talk to them direct, IG live, invite them all, talk to them, let them get to know you personally, those people will become your street team and your army to go tell other people.
All right, so that's Tez Bryant. Like I said, former manager of Lil Wayne, Drake, Nicki Minaj. He also co-manages Lotto. So that's his suggestions, right? Merchandising, going live on IG, building with those people that actually join your IG, you know what I'm saying? Hit them up in the DMs after you get off, right? Make note of who actually joined you. Get personal with people, right? Offer them to join your email list, right? I got an email list right now of about 450 people. It's not massive, right? But anytime I have a new update of something important, I'm sending it out to those people. You know what I'm saying? At least half of those people typically open up those emails. Everybody's not going to buy everything that I have, but at least they're checking it out. And that gives me a higher percentage of people that actually know what I have going on, willing to put maybe a couple dollars to the side and say, oh, I'm going to support J Nolan, rather than me just posting on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter all day to a bunch of strangers who really don't give two fucks about you, right? Let's be honest about this. Casual fans on social media, as much emphasis as we put on the socials, a lot of people don't care about you. You can have 100,000 followers on social media. You're projected that maybe 5%, maybe even 10% of those people are actually going to buy into what it is that you do. And out of those 10% that actually buy in, you got to reduce that by another 5% of the people that are going to buy with their actual money. So that's a very small percentage, okay? Now, on the opposing side of this, right? That's one guy, Tez Bryant. He operates in the mainstream system. I want to show you guys a clip from Kristen Morel, who's been killing it and crushing it on the independent level, and see what her suggestions are. They have some philosophies that cross, but she's got a little bit different opinion as well. So let me go ahead and get this off the screen, and I'm going to show you what Miss Kristen Morel had to say. All right.
This is why you're a broke musician. Everyone's always so mad. They're saying the music business doesn't want us to succeed. Well, right now, this is the best time to be an artist, but you are not making the best decisions. See, most musicians are sending to Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, which all pay a fraction of a penny when people listen to their music. Is that worth it? Imagine if you looked into the newspaper and it said, there's a job offer. We pay you fractions of a penny. Would anybody be excited for that? No. The problem is most artists don't have any offers. They just send people to Spotify. That's their offer. My offer is I could get paid a fraction of a penny. They haven't set up a page that shows how much that they charge for a show. They don't have their website, and they're not driving traffic to their website where people can actually buy their albums. They don't have any membership platforms where people can now subscribe to them for $5 a month. There's no way for anybody to spend more money with them, even if they wanted to. So for you as an artist, what you do with this information is first, you need to start off by creating offers. Perform at someone's birthday party. What does that cost? Put it on your website. What does an album cost? Put it on your website. How much does a custom song cost? Put it on your website. You have to have other options for people to buy something from you than to just go to Spotify and pay you a fraction of a penny.
So that's Kristen Morel, and she said some things that I've been trying to tell you guys here on YouTube for probably close to 2 years at this point. But I didn't want to outright say it. I wanted to let you guys hear it from somebody else who has been doing some of the same things. So what did she just say? Let's break that down. She says, you don't have a destination for anybody to spend any money with you. Number one, I always tell people to get a website, right? Back when I was primarily just pushing my J Nolan brand, I had realjnolan.com and I had everything on there. I now have pengameelite.com because I have a podcast now. I have the Pen Game Portfolio books. Everything kind of relates to the Pen Game brand. I'm teaching artists how to use your pen in order to turn it into money. So rather than it just be about J Nolan, I've created a brand that I could scale up, right? So on that Pen Game Elite website, what is it that I'm offering on there? Number one, you could easily collaborate with me. If you want a feature from me, you can book me for that, right? That's one set fee. I typically charge for a feature $150. It's not crazy, but it's going towards bills. It's going towards keeping me sustainable. It adds up. Sometimes producers may reach out to me. You know what I'm saying? There's foreign producers that don't have American artists or good rappers in their locale. They'll reach out to me and say, hey, bro, how much for you to make a song, a full song on my beat? Hey, man, pay me $250. I got you. Right? That's money for you. Sometimes you'll have people out there that have hit me up for podcast intros. People have hit me up to create music for their Twitch channel, right? All of these things, Facebook gaming channels, all of these different outlets, people need music, but we got to start thinking of ourselves more so as music providers rather than just artists. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we were trained, especially those of us that wanted to be involved in music since we were kids. We've always looked up to the music industry as this mythical place. We want to get a record deal. We want to get in concert with all these executives, the A&Rs. We want to go to the meetings. We want to be embraced. And we're looking at that through the gaze of children. We're still personifying ourselves as the children looking up to these figures that are going to save us. Now that we're adults, you know, over the age of 18, I'm 34 years old. I'm not looking for nobody to save me, man. I'm looking for how can I turn my talent into some motherfucking De Niro, okay? How can I take this show on the road? How can I get paid to come to your city, right? It's not because I do it for money. It's because I've done it out of love for the craft for 20 years. Now I need some motherfucking money, okay? Y'all not gonna keep having me show up to your showcase for the free while I'm having my people come in paying a fee. Makes no sense. Especially when these independent showcases are now going up on ticket prices. What used to be a $5, $7, $10 show is now a $25 show, and you still don't want to cut nobody in on the profits. Nah, dog, we're not doing that. Another thing, merch. Everybody's not good at merch. Everybody's not good at designing, you know, clothing. That might not be your thing, but what is your thing? Maybe you're an excellent writer. Maybe you want to put out your own line of notebooks, right? Maybe you want to make some custom pins, like literal pins with your logo on it or your name, right? You got to start thinking outside the box. What is it that actually aligns with you as a person? For some of the women out there, you might want to make your own line of lip gloss, right? It may not be custom like Fenty, but it's a start until you can actually get in there and get the whole biological formula to make it exactly how you want it, right? But you just got to think outside the box. Like, how look at yourself as a business. You're not just a person that talks on a mic no more. You're a business, you're an entity. In order to actually separate your finances from your personal that you make at work, you're going to have to become a business entity, either a sole proprietor, you're going to get an LLC, you become a C Corp, a S Corp. Like, these are the terms that you got to start thinking in. And I can't tell you which one to get because I don't give financial advice, you know what I'm saying? Because that gets put under scrutiny by tax professionals and stuff like that. But again, it's just mindset training, and then go research what these things mean. Then you can move forward from there. Shout out to Sharice. Shout out to Jarrell Anderson on the chat. Much love and respect. I appreciate y'all tuning in. So those are things, right? Man, let me pull up her video one more time because there's a few things that she said and I don't want to miss it. Kristen Morel. Boom. Let's play it one more time.
This is why you're a broke musician. Everyone's always so mad. They're saying the music business doesn't want us to succeed. Well, right now, this is the best time to be an artist, but you are not making the best decisions. See, most musicians are sending to Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, which all pay a fraction of a penny when people listen to their music. Is that worth it? Imagine if you looked into the newspaper and it said, there's a job offer. We pay you fractions of a penny. Would anybody be excited for that? No. The problem is most artists don't have any offers. They just send people to Spotify. That's their offer. My offer is I could get paid a fraction of a penny. They haven't set up a page that shows how much that they charge for a show. They don't have their website, and they're not driving traffic to their website where people can actually buy their albums. They don't have any membership platforms where people can now subscribe to them for $5 a month. There's no way for anybody to spend more money with them, even if they wanted to. So for you as an artist, what you do with this information is first, you need to start off by creating offers. Perform at someone's birthday party. What does that cost? Put it on your website. What does an album cost? Put it on your website. How much does a custom song cost? Put it on your website. You have to have other options for people to buy something from you than to just go to Spotify and pay you a fraction of a penny.
All right, so she also talked about performance fees, which I kind of touched on before, but she went a little bit more personal with it. You know, people got birthdays coming up, kids, teenagers, right? You might be able to appeal to these crowds. How much would it cost for you to perform at somebody's birthday party? Take it a step further. How much would it cost for you to perform at somebody's wedding? You know what I'm saying? Quinceañeras and stuff like that. Man, there's so many different events out there. Corporate gigs pay hella bread. You know what I'm saying? Whereas an average gig, once you start kind of buzzing a little bit, they might try to pay you like $200. Corporate gigs, they're going to start paying you at like $1,000, right? Some of these hotels, especially if you're outside of hip hop, if you're a singer-songwriter, even better, you can perform covers and do corporate gigs. They're going to pay you a nice bit of bread to do that. Oh, we got some more comments. Asa Givens, actually, they just released the number of streams on the minimum. It's 1,000. They just released that information last night. So it's now 1,000 plays officially. People were suspecting that it was going to be around the 200 to 500 mark. Spotify made it very clear today. It's 1,000. Good evening, Black Seductress. Thank you for joining. But yeah, so if you can perform covers and mix it in with originals, they'll pay you much more at some of these corporate gigs than you'll ever get doing some of these local shows. So that's something to also think of. She talked about having your album available on your website as well. That's another big one, man. I'm rolling out my album right now. It's called Southside Nolan. I just put it up on my website. It went active on October 1st. So the whole month of October, we did pre-orders. On November 1st, everybody that pre-ordered the album got the album delivered to their email. Now that we're in the second phase, from November 1st up to December 1st, everybody that buys the album, it'll get directly, sent to their email. On December 1st, the Southside Nolan album will finally be available for streaming. So that was a 2-month rollout where all I did was say, if you're interested in supporting me directly, if you really want me to be successful, if you want to see your actual listens and support of me manifest in real life, spend $10 on this album, right? So that's how we did it. Now, the streaming got staggered. So December 1st, now we'll start playing the streaming games, start playing the Spotify games. So it's different for everybody, of course. You got to find your rhythm. But we got platforms out here like even.biz, right? There's an artist by the name of La Russell. I'm sure some of y'all have probably seen him on Instagram. Now, La Russell leveraged his viral posts. He put an album out via Even, and he basically did a pay what you want campaign. So where the album is available and you could give $1 if that's all you got. You could pay him $5. You could pay him $20. He even had some fans that paid him over $100 for this album. He had fans that paid him over $1,000 for this album. If I'm not mistaken, he made about $95,000 within a month, within 30 days through Even. Now, everybody's not going to see this. I'm just giving you examples of people that have employed these tactics. Okay? Now, prior to La Russell making this change and actually going through Even to release his album, he was in streaming. So his income from streams from 2020 to 2023, he made $30,000, which is excellent, right? For the average person, we're looking at our Spotify plays. We're not making much money year after year after year, right? In order to make $30,000, we would be elated. However, that was in 3 years. He put his album out through Even, and within 30 days, he made 3 times that amount. So this is kind of getting back into the sales mindset. If you want to see how people are getting back into the sales mindset, you could even look at the labels. I just went to Target a couple days ago, and they got the Taylor Swift album, 1989, Taylor's version, sitting on racks. I haven't seen an actual physical CD in stores in years. But guess who has theirs in the stores? Taylor Swift. I just got on Instagram today. I see that Nicki Minaj is rolling out her album for December 8th. She's talking about her album's going to be available in Walmart, Target, all these different stores. Nobody's been doing this stuff for years. Everybody stopped producing CDs because they say, oh, cars don't have CD players in them. Yeah, that's true for a percentage of people in this world. But for people that's rolling in 2009s, 2010 still, they ain't upgraded their vehicle yet. They like, shit, I still play CDs. I would love to have a brand new CD. I'm tired of burning these motherfuckers with your songs on them. Sell it to me. So we got to stop thinking in terms of industry standard as independent artists. If you're an independent artist still feeding off what they tell you is industry standard, you're in a losing game, because whatever they're doing, they're going to show you, part of their tactics, but they're never going to give you the full play. They're going to show you the results, but they're never going to break it down step by step by step. They're not going to give you the curriculum to be successful. This whole thing with Spotify demonetizing artists with less than 1,000 plays on each song, and that's on each song. So even if you have 1,000 plays accumulatively on your channel or on your page, your profile, that's not going to help you because it's on a song by song basis. So any tracks you have uploaded, if they never touch 1,000 plays, you're never going to touch any royalties. And again, like I said, it does not roll over. So if you have 999 plays in 2023 and you get that 1,000th play in January, you're still not going to get paid. Once the new year comes in, that threshold starts over. So basically what they're doing is making it easy for artists to quit. They want you to quit. That's literally what they want you to do. And being that you're not going to quit if you're a serious artist, if you're somebody that's motivated, if you're somebody that's going to do music to the day you die because you just love it, they're going to take advantage of it because they're going to say, okay, as long as you don't quit, you're going to keep producing money for us. So every year, starting in 2024, they're planning to make an extra $40 million that's going to be distributed to everyone else in the industry that has hit the threshold. And until you join the party, you're going to keep producing money for other people. It's an insidious game, man. So this is why I challenge people. This is why I try to tell people alternative ways to do things, right? You might even want to start making custom songs for events in people's lives. I've done this too. I've made birthday songs. Hell, I made a birthday song for my cousin earlier this year, and she still paid me for it. Much love. You can make anniversary songs for people. There's a website called Songfinch that's dedicated straight to that. You can sign up on Songfinch today and start creating songs for people's weddings, anniversaries, birthdays, important events in their lives. And they're going to give you an outline of what they want to hear, what they want you to talk about. They'll give you like a bio of the people you're speaking about. and you turn that into lyrics and you sing it, rap it, whatever you do, or just create a compelling beat. If you're a producer, you got to start using your talents as services for real people. A lot of times as artists, we don't look at customers or the people on the internet as real people, which is why we expect them, excuse me, to just support us off GP. Dang, y'all see I'm putting out this fire. Why y'all not supporting me? Because you're not treating them like people. Right? Have conversations with them. Like I said earlier, do the IG lives, whatever. Actually reach out to some people in the inbox, but don't promote some shit. When you reach out, give them a soft introduction. Hey, my name is J Nolan. I'm a hip hop artist from Atlanta. I noticed that you liked my last 3 posts. I wanted to see if you would be okay with me sending you my new album when it drops, right? You got 500 likes, 200 likes on your last post. Look at those actual people on the post that liked it. Send them a soft introduction. Don't just send them the link. Don't just send them some other shit. Like, speak to them like you would want to be spoken to in public. You don't want nobody in public walking up to you when you coming out of Walmart and just putting a CD in your face and saying, hey, here you go. You're going to be like, hey, damn. How are you? I'm good. Thank you. I'm sorry, I'll pass. Right? So this is how a lot of us get treated online because we don't take those extra couple seconds to think about how would I like to be approached. Okay, now I can go out and actually give that to other people. All right? So just some things to think about. Jamie That's Me says you will not be disappointed. Thank you, baby. Yes, the album is excellent. It's really good. And, you know, if you've seen any of my other videos on my channel, you'll see that I place music from my projects at the end of every video. So you also have that as well. For those of y'all that are active on YouTube, man, I talk about these subjects all the time. I put my music at the end of every video, right? Because if you make it to the end of the video, you're going to get greeted by a surprise. Dog, this person, very level-headed, intelligent. Damn, he make music too. Damn, he's spitting. You got to figure out ways, you know what I'm saying? You can't just expect everything to be handed to you. And I think that's something that a lot of people have issues with. So that's all I really got for now, man. Just open up your mind. Open up your business. Set up a website, right? Set up a storefront of some sort. Let people have a way to buy something from you. You're not going to go crazy with the sales, but it'll add up. You can sign up on Fiverr, right? I've been doing Fiverr for the last few years. I've made close to $50,000 on Fiverr alone, just selling songs to people and doing features. I don't market that. I don't run ads on their platform. I literally just get inboxed with ideas. I tell them I can do it and I execute it. The money comes when it's done. You can sign up on Songfinch, do the same thing, right? You can sign up on SoundBetter. SoundBetter is kind of declining in clientele, but that's a marketplace made specifically for artists, songwriters, producers, mix engineers, mastering engineers. These are just places, you know what I'm saying? If y'all ain't taking notes, that's on you. But there's money out there to be had, especially if you're genuinely talented. These are the areas that's going to show you just how talented you really are, because there's going to be some demand. Somebody's going to reach out to you and say, hey, I need you, right? And if nobody does, I'm not saying that you're not talented, but you might want to go back to the drawing board and figure out how to improve even more. Because I'm telling you, I've never in my life promoted anything on Fiverr. My clientele came off of repeat customers, people being curious, seeing what I've done, looking at them samples. And over time, it just continued to escalate, all right? So at the end of the day, it's all about mindset. It's all about your dedication, discipline, having the discipline to go forward when it's tough, right? When Spotify says they're not going to pay you no more, you keep showing up, you keep working, you find alternatives, right? Because you're determined to have a music career. Whether Spotify goes out of business today, tomorrow, next year, you're still going to be here. So make sure that you're sustaining yourself along the way, all right? That's all I got for y'all tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. Much love and respect. Be sure to subscribe to the Pen Game Elite podcast. You can hit the link below in the description. It'll take you to the podcast. You can listen to this same video on all podcast platforms without watching it. So you can do that as well. I'm also, before we go, I'm going to be accepting submissions for interviews. People that do music, people that have success stories that we can talk about, people that are in the music industry from an executive standpoint. We're going to be doing more content all with this podcast in mind. All right. So I just want to let y'all know that. Much love and respect. Peace. Have a good night, y'all.